Hello, this is Jacob from iReviews, and today I'm going to be giving a full detailed review on my thoughts of Truthfinder. You can look down in the description below to find the full written review where I go deeper in some of my thoughts. There will not be an unboxing video with this as it's an online application with a membership program, so there is really no initial first reviewed impressions like that to give, but I will try to give what my initial thoughts were here as well. Now, to get started with, what is Truthfinder? Truthfinder is a program online that comes in two different versions, the free unlimited searches and the membership program. What this allows you to do with the free membership is put in a name, first and last, a city and a state, and either select if it's you or someone else and go on a big search for a bunch of general public information about them. This public information ranges from general background checks to places that they have lived, all sorts of basic public information that is technically out there and available either for paid information or otherwise, but can be very difficult to dig up on your own if you need to for any particular reason. Searching for yourself, I found, is a little hit or miss. You obviously know who you are already, you know what you've done in the past, and you know where you've lived. That makes narrowing down the search a lot easier, but a problem I particularly ran into was my name is so common and so basic that almost every time I searched it, no matter what information I put in, it always thought I was someone else. There are about 5 different people in the local area that it thought I was, and it got really tiresome to try to find myself among all that stuff with the basic program. But I will say that's probably not going to be the case for everyone. If you've got a more unique name or just a less common name in general, it's going to be a lot easier to do that. And, well, what's the use of this? Finding out your information can enlighten you on a few things that you might not otherwise have known. General background checks and what other people can find out about you. It can be important to know this stuff, as well as what your general online presence appears to be. And every now and again you might catch someone that's maybe trying to pretend to be you, though I wouldn't say that it will be too common, and you'll usually have other reasons to know that ahead of time anyways. But better safe than sorry, especially with the free unlimited search. Now, what does the membership do for you? Well, what it does is it gives you access to a lot more in-depth searches, more specified searches with a lot of a wider information. Just specifically background checks, general public records, reverse phone lookups are probably the ones I'd see people using the most, especially in business settings and all that. Just being able to know who's on the other end of the phone and if you're being scammed or not by something is very good to know. But speaking of businesses, that is actually a group of people who would get the least use out of this just because of the legal area that this falls under too. You can't use this to screen your employees, you can't use it to screen potential rental tenants, you cannot look up any of that information that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Just because this simplifies the process doesn't mean it legalizes it. If it's already something you're not allowed to do to search up information on a specific person, this doesn't suddenly make that a thing that you can do. This is for legally authorized searches only, and obviously if you're just a regular person searching up another regular person, there shouldn't be much of a problem with that. But if you're a business searching up your employees for any review reasons, that's a no-go. Now, I only got to touch on the membership stuff briefly, but I found that the information that they gather is still generally reliable and difficult to come by in any other sources. There are a few other programs out there like this, but they're few and far between, and the ranges of what they search vary wildly. I'd say that Truthfinder is probably your best bet for something like this. Still keep your options open, and if you're planning on doing a lot of searches, the membership could be worth it. If you're not, and you just want to keep to the free one, that's an option as well. If you want just a couple searches that are very narrowed, there may be a few other programs out there that charge by the search that would do you better, but if you want a membership program, Truthfinder is probably the best to go with. But there is the hanging moral question of if it's even okay to search up someone, and I feel like that's a case-by-case basis. Go ahead and let us know down below what you think the whole matter on this is, since this is all public information to begin with, it just simplifies the process. Does that make it all right? Is there other things that need to be done? Or just your general opinions on that? Otherwise, this has been Jacob from iReviews. Go ahead and check out the link below for any other thoughts that might be available.